I'm going on tour. You can come out and see a show. You can come out and have some fun and see a show. Where can you see us? You can see us July 25th, 26th, and 27th. I will be opening for the one, the only Cactus Tate.
And then on July 31st through August 2nd, you can see us in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Next page. And then you can see us, me and Cactus Tate, August 6th at the Improv in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then
on August 7th, you can see us at the Chicago Improv. It's Schaumburg, though. So I think that's a little different, but it's close to me if you're not from there.
And then I will be headlining on August 8th and 9th at the Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri. 4 shows. Come out and see a show. Been doing shows there for years. Come out and see a show.
You can also come out and see us August 10th at Royal Oaks, Michigan. I will be on the road with Cactus Tate.
And then August 21st, 22nd, 23rd, we will be back in Canada. We will be at the House of Comedy in New Minster, British Columbia. So confusing to me. British Columbia, but you get it. All right.
And then come out and see me at the funniest person in Austin, the semifinals, the next round of semifinals in Austin on August 27th. Come out and see a show. I have more shows coming out.
I have a bunch more shows. You can see me in September. You can see me September 14th at the Raleigh Helium.
You can see me September 28th at the Portland Helium. Get all your tickets wherever you get tickets. You know how to get tickets. Here's the episode. I can't wait. Fucking hear me.
Give me my coffee. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's another episode of Discombobulated. It's the podcast that you're probably listening to for maybe the 3rd time. And you're like, I'll give him one more fucking try. And if he fucking doesn't make me laugh, then I'm going to turn it up. Or if I listen to him and he's just going crazy, did he just put his fucking whole foot into a big pile of bird shit? Who knows? It could be gum just covered in tar. You're just hoping that that's what it is. Yeah, being Bobby is so fun. Put your foot in shit, everyone. Fucking goddamn it. I'm trying to turn these planes down. Well, we are here. We're back with another episode of the podcast that is, it's critically acclaimed. There's critics that'll be like, you don't have to make it this fucking long, you know? There's like critics that are like, you know what you should do is focus on getting like a real job. And you're like, get fucked. But I'm in Atlanta. I have a layover, quite possibly the longest layover I've ever had. And I'm not complaining. And I'm also not doing that. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm like, I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining because I never really do that too much. I mean, I do complain. I don't like have layovers that much. So it's like you have one layover. You have to be in Atlanta for like such a long period of time that you're like, where could I go do my podcast? And then you walk around the airport and then you kind of start getting like scared. You're just like, how the fuck airports are so big. And like, and then you see it from above and you're like, we're like little ants who bite. So I have a fucking 7-hour layover here. And I had to eat at the airport, which I usually don't like to do because it's so fucking expensive. And then you also have to like wait, and there's no chefs there. There's just everything's just getting put in. Why don't they just can you just give us microwaves? We're already doing self-checkout. We're already like doing everything for you. How about you just fucking overcharge us and then give us a fucking couple microwaves? Put them right under the seat. I want to be sitting at my gate. And I want to just be waiting there, and I want to charge my phone, and then I want to get a fucking Hot Pocket, and I want to put it in between my legs, slam the microwave door shut, and then you're like, will there be numbers? There won't be numbers because, you know, someone will get like fucking, they're like, they put it on for 10 minutes, and it fucking exploded. It killed everybody. But it's not like that. I just want to, you just have like a little microwave, put your Hot Pocket in. You're sitting for your flight, you know, you kind of go to sleep and then, you know, hit the Hot Pocket button because, again, we've kind of went over that there's not going to be numbers on it. Hit the Hot Pocket button and then you kind of go to sleep and all of a sudden, ding, wake up. Oh, eat hot food. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to be, excuse me, pardon me, fucking sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm also from St. Louis. Wow, great. Yeah, you wouldn't have to do any of that. You could just kind of, in many, many, many ways, move on with your life. But I usually have good experiences whenever I'm flying. There's not I've never had like the cliche things like people are like, there's a baby crying on a plane. And I've had that, and you're just like, oh, cool. Thank God I have AirPods. Or thank God I can just realize that, like, who said that? There was like a guy, he said it perfect the other day. Now, of course, I can't think of his fucking name. He's such a Nick. Oh, I don't like that. I can't think of his name to give the credit where credit is due. But he kind of had that joke too. He was just like, I'm just like an adult with like a regulated, like basically it was like an adult with like a regulated nervous system. So I can just handle that there's a baby crying on a plane. God, what, the baby won't shut up. Yeah, its ears are popping and it has no fucking idea what to do about it. So anyway, so I've never really had anything crazy happen like that at least I can think of right now, you know. And then but today all of them happened. Today I got to the airport and like I pay for Clear but don't pay for it because it's the same exact amount of time and you don't get like any special privileges. Sometimes they're like, dude, take your pants off. Like sometimes they make you like do more than they do in the other line. You still get patted down, and then every time you think about how much money you spent to be like, I want to be better than everybody, and then you're fucking not even. You'd love to be better than everybody, and you pay for it, and then you go with a friend, and we both go through, meet at the same time. That seems fucking crazy. Bobby, it also seems crazy that you would, without looking in, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the airport. But here's what happened. So I get to my gate and I just bought this luggage. And when I bought it, I asked ChatGPT. I fucking read the side of it. I fucking went on like websites to make sure that that's the right size. I was like, I want to get the right size, so I'm never bringing my thing on. They're like, actually, sir, it's like a centimeter over, so we have to throw it away. So I didn't want to do that. And so I got the fucking size. And am I wrong? You're supposed to be able to expand it? I don't know. Because I've expanded it on every other fucking plane I've been on. Bobby, you're just going to complain. It's getting good, promise. So I put the fucking thing up top. And could I tell it might not be able to close? No. But did I sit down and see like that they couldn't close it and then just kind of listen to Slipknot? While they're like two like stewardess and stewardessers like, and I'm just like fuck me up and fuck me up. They're trying to get my attention. I'm like pretending I'm like looking out the window, and I'm just like, because I know what they're gonna do, because they do all that shit. They do that thing where they're like, sir, you have that strap to one around you. You're actually only supposed to have two bags. Okay, cool. Let me put it in my bag and then put it back right around here because all my pills are in here. Oh, they are? No, but I'm a fucking adult, and this isn't a bag. This is part of me. I identify as part of this fucking bag. So it's my charger's in it. Whatever. So I get to the airport. Let me make sure this is fucking recording. Yeah, it is. It would just fucking piss me off if it wasn't. So I get on and they can't close it. And then, so she's like, oh, we're actually going to have to put it underneath. And I'm like, well, we can't because there's batteries in there. I have like my podcast equipment. Like, she's like, well, what kind of batteries on it? I'm like, bees nuts. I don't know. Like, they're batteries. And she's like, are they lithium ion? You know what? I'm going to stop pretending I know things. I don't know that one. Bobby, it's the ones that are like in computer. Okay, cool. Is this a fucking computer? Is this, is it computing? I don't know. Bobby, how you know that? You know what? I don't have to know everything. You don't know any of the shit I know. You don't know what Story of the Year was called before. It was Big Blue Monkey. That was the name of it. So you don't know that. Not everyone has to know things. Why is it more important that you know the one? Oh, because there's batteries everywhere. Shut the fuck up and back the fuck up before I fucking throw these batteries at your face. I'm spicy. So yeah, so anyway, so they couldn't shut it, and then they're like, she starts like being like, hey, can you like do this? Can you do that? Like, can you like consolidate it? And I'm like, I can. There's like no room in my bag, and she was like, well, we have to put it underneath. And we're about to go to Canada, and like literally the all the clothes I own on the road like are like in this bag. And so if I get there and then when we go to Canada, I have to buy all new clothes. Would that be hilarious? Sure. Is that how I want to spend my first fucking day in Canada? Absolutely not. So I was like, you know what? Let's not put it up front. Can we put it down? And honestly, we were both nice to each other. Like I was being nice. She was being nice. Like, you could tell we both didn't want to do this, but it felt, hey, shout out Frontier. You were being nice. So then I like figure out how to do it and I like shut my bag. And then I have to put it in my other bag, and I have a hot coffee. And man, thank God they have those carpets. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want to put my bag down there anymore because now I know how much coffee spills. And they don't. If you ask for a towel and hit the button and everything, they'll just keep being like, "Did you get everything you want?" You're like, "I didn't get that towel." They're like, "I'm gonna be back with a towel." So they were nice, but they didn't give you. They don't. As far as there's no towels on there. They don't have like extra stuff. Like if you're like, "Can I get a Coca-Cola?" and they're like, "We have 17 and we just ran out." You can have a sip of mine if you want. Like, that's the best you're going to get, is you're going to get, like, a stewardess that's like, no, we're out. But if you want, you can have a glug of my coffee. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, yeah, I'm rambling today, but I'm also fucking exhausted. I haven't really slept, because that's how, that's how I like it. Bow wow, that this is a song about barely sleeping. Bow wow, now your alarm goes off, you start fucking screaming. Bow wow, now I ain't gonna hit my alarm again, and I swear to God I'm gonna punch my friend. Bow, bow. That's how mad I am in the morning when I'm going to fucking fly in the morning. I'm gonna kick someone's ass. Where's my ticket on my phone? Here's to you, people flying. All right. So yeah, so then that happens, and I spill a full coffee, and then she was like, I have my backpack in my lap, and then this is where I was like trying to be like kind of a jackass. I was like, I'm not putting it on the floor. I'm not gonna get my coffee. I know I spilled it. And I don't have to get, it's like, it's my fault, but it's also like, I bought a luggage. What do you want? So then now I've like, my luggage doesn't fit. I spilled my coffee. I'm holding my backpack. And then so they have to like put my backpack like up above. And I thought everyone around me would be really annoyed with me because fucking for sure I would have. I would have like seen me and been like, that fucking, just sit the fuck down, give her your back. Haven't you ever flown before? And then instead, I like came back, and because I was kind of panicking, and then I started to like, sometimes you can only worry about yourself. It's like, we're wired like that. And then I just like realized that there was a lady sitting behind me, and maybe it could have flown back, like the water, the like coffee could have like went back to her. So I like turned around, and I was like, did any of that coffee get on you or whatever? And you could tell she was like doing that thing. She was like, no, thank you. But you could tell she was like pissed because it's like, it probably might have gotten to like the front of her feet, but even just like the acknowledgement. And then like, I don't know. It was just like everything was like handled. It felt very adult. It felt very nice because like usually it's like, that's my bag. Because I was like, we did pay for it. I didn't pay for it, but the headliner paid for it because she wants me to, we're going to fly together to Canada. So, I was like, I'm your opener and I'm broke. So please buy my flight. And she did. And she was already gonna. And I'm so poor that if they were like, we have to take your luggage and I lost it, the clothes I would buy, I would be wearing fucking swim trunks on stage in Canada. Is that how I want to perform? Where it's a funny story later, but then that night I kind of cried. I'm like, are you a piece of shit or is it the airline? Oh, God. Oh, God. So, yeah. So that all happened. I spilled the coffee. Fucking, my bags didn't fit, and then I had to consolidate stuff. But I still was like, what do I want to do with my life? I want to come out of here and talk to you fine folks. Who was the first person to say that stupid fucking sentence? And I'm glad to talk to you fine folks, and then the first folks to be like all together, like, they do love us all. No one loves anybody. I mean, we do, but it's like, it's only as far as our nose goes or whatever. Dude, I had a great weekend, dude. I was I don't remember last time we chatted exactly, but I was just in Philly doing shows, and I had friends come out, and dude, did we have fun. My friend Circa, Venetia, and Dom came out to my shows. They got to meet Emma Willman. So fun, so beautiful, because like I have ADHD. My friends don't all have ADHD, but like we all like love life, and we're going like, ah. And they got to meet Emma, and like they were like talking, and they started having conversations. I don't even remember if we were talking about like vitamins or like something like that, but it was conversations that were like very good, but like you wouldn't think you'd be talking that intensely about vitamins, but like that's how good the vibes were at the Punchline in Philly. So that felt really, really nice. And then after the show, as me and that group do, some of us went gambling. And I have this thing where I think I'm lucky, and even though I'm monumentally not, even though it's like, oh, I'm like, one time I won $4,000 and I lost most of it, and it's like, well, that's idiotic. Shut up, me. And so then I went with my friend Circa, and dude, we had so much fucking fun. We go, and I think we both kind of felt like it's right here because we could literally walk to it from where we were at, but we still were like, we should drive. So we drove over there. And we go and park, and we go inside, and immediately realize the worst thing that can happen at a casino. They were done selling booze. Did you hear what I said? They were fucking done selling booze. They literally were like, let's stop selling booze. Oh. Okay. So we're just going to gamble with pure hearts? What are you talking about, dude? So then, but we still had fun, dude. We still had so much fun. And I don't think I won at any point in that night. Like maybe it's like you do it where it goes ding, ding, ding. You're like, whoa, and you're like 40 cents. Why does it even ding? It dings louder than if you drop fucking 40 cents on the ground. That's what pisses me off about those games when you don't understand them. They know you don't understand them, and then you win, and it like shows all these lines. It's like when you're playing slots, it's like ling, 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 ling. And all of a sudden you're like, nice, and you look down, and you're like 40 cents. Like, why is it dinging if I lost money? Like, and then something like. Really, like, I say beautiful, but it's like you're also gambling. So it's like, I don't know, but like what's special or not special, but does it have to be a river to be special? Can it be a roulette table, you know? Do you have to be like standing at a fucking brook to be like, oh my God, this thing is babbling its ass off? And I feel at one with whatever's going on. Sometimes you aren't drunk and you're at a casino and you're telling each other what your lucky numbers are, and one of you's betting your lucky numbers because you just won every fucking slot game that's in fucking sight. And then the rest of us aren't winning, so then we just keep going back and forth between black and red. And we got this whole thing because we were like, you remember that movie with Kevin Spacey? This is before he's canceled. I didn't know he was going to get canceled. But there's this movie where he was basically like, you know, if you have 3 cars and then like you got 3 doors, and then it's like at the end, should you keep that one or change it? And you think you should keep it or change it. And then here's what happens. You're actually supposed to change it because you actually up your odds. And I don't know how someone figured that out. But so that's not logical at all to roulette or what I'm playing. But I just do that now. I just change my thing. I don't look at the thing. I just go black, red, black, red, black, red, black, red, green. Fuck. And then she was telling me like all of her lucky numbers. And she was explaining where they came. Where they like came. I'll literally talk about so many personal things, but I was like, I don't want to give away her lucky numbers. But so she's like putting it out there, and she's like, yeah, this one's lucky for this. And I was like, yeah, mine. I was like, well, I like this one. And then my football number's not on there because it's 82. It only goes up to 36. So we got to like talk about that. And then as she was explaining to me like the number that was like important to her dad, and then like which numbers were like important and all this like things, and talking about when her family would go to the casino. Like, she's like, yeah, my dad would like, she was like, dude, her dad would like try to like bet at 2 roulette tables at once. I was like, dude, we watched a guy do that. And we were like, does he get arrested? Like, it's like, that's like such a gambling thing when you're like, hey, I'll be right back. Oh, fuck. I just hit my, dude, is my tooth still there? Oh, or like the top of it? Fuck. Too much fun. What's that mean? I have no idea. I've never slowed down. So yeah, then she hit, and then that was awesome. And then there was like good vibes at the table because then there was this guy who came up, and then he was winning a lot. And then like I'm high-fiving. I have no money. I'm like grabbing more money out. I'm like, fuck. So that was great. So that was fun because we went before with like me, Circa, Venetia, and Dom, and dude, we had so much fun. And then last time Dom was winning, and so it's like, and I know I'm not even trying to sound like no, dude, I don't even care if I'm. Of course, I care if I'm winning. You want to win, but like when your friends are winning, you're like, oh, at least someone's winning. Because then, dude, when everyone loses and you leave the casino, man. I don't even know how to describe that feeling because every time my brain like blocks it out and I forget what it was like. Because it sucks that fucking bad. Oh, I'm also quitting this vape because Tatum told me she's on day 3 of quitting. So I'm going to smoke this. And whenever I get into my Uber or before her Uber or after whenever I'm gonna throw this fucker away. And then I think I'm going to try the attempt again to quit cigarettes. And I'm just saying it honestly like that because I know myself well enough. Like even now when I say I'm eating healthy, I go, I still fuck up a lot, but I'm the most healthy I've been in a while. So, yeah, that was great. I love going to the casino. I love seeing people win. I also do this bit where when you play at a casino to keep you there, because they don't like just give you cash back right away. Like if you win at a slot, it gives you a voucher, so you have to like go and do it. So then like while you're walking around, you're like, well, this isn't even money. I can't even leave. I might as well play with it because it doesn't feel like money. It's like all psychological, man. And I used to do this bit with them when we were in Atlantic City that I still think is so funny. And they think it's funny too because I was like betting a lot of money, but like I was also having fun, and also like money's not real to me. And you're like, Bobby, it is. And I'm like, it's not to me, you know? And we got to take our vouchers, and I would like everyone was walking towards it, and I'd be like, because you could also do it like ATMs, and I'd be like, oh look, here's an ATM, but it was obviously a slot machine. So I'd play again and hit it and lose, and I'd pull the new voucher out, and I'd be like, shit, and I'd be like, oh look, there's an ATM right next to it, and just like keep putting money in, to where at one point they were all like picking me up and carrying me away, being like, you really got to get a hold of yourself, Bobby. I'm like, I ain't gonna do fucking shit. We are. Watch me miss my flight. No, I think after this episode's done, I literally think I have like at least 3 hours until I board. But dude, what else would I rather be doing? Like when comics would complain about stuff, I remember being like, I'm not going to complain about that. So I don't want to let my younger self down. So like when I'm at airports, I try to enjoy myself. I try to put on a fucking song and like walk around, and usually it works. Like usually whenever you walk around and like feel not like pure gratitude. I'm not trying to be like Christian about it. I'm just saying like when you walk around and you're just like feeling good, like it'll literally bring like tears to my eyes. I'm like, dude, I'm such a lucky guy. I have friends across the country that'll like let a homeless guy hang out and stay with them. They want to come out and drive out and see me in Philly. Like I'm a very, very, very lucky guy. And you got to remember that, because I used to watch guys be greedy. And I'm like, you have what you want and you want more. You're upset because now the TV show isn't working out. You would kill to have been here. Then the TV show works out and then that doesn't make you happy. It's like, well, when do you arrive? Dude, I'm in a parking garage right now. I've spent my whole fucking week in parking garages. That's the thing about comedy. They say it's hotel rooms. It's actually parking garages. Like whenever my friend picked me up, we had to go. Where the fuck did we go? Oh yeah, we went to the mall. So we're like in a parking garage, and then because I haven't seen her in forever, we just sat there and like talked. And then I go, we could probably go like drive somewhere and talk. She's like, oh my god, cool. I'm like, so then we leave. We're sitting at that parking garage, and then whenever I go to a comedy show, we park my car, so we're in that fucking garage. And then whenever we go to the casino, we're in that garage. And I got to be honest, whenever I'm sleeping on the road, I know you're supposed to sleep in Walmart parking lots. but I like a parking garage because you don't really like at a Walmart parking lot. Someone could crazily walk through and get handled or whatever. But like, who's walking through the airport parking lot? Who's walking through the casino parking? A bunch of drunk people. But there's security there. I love a parking garage. I love parking garages. Hey, shout out if you like fucking parking garages. If you fucking love parking garages, that's my jam. I almost got arrested in a parking garage for smoking pot. It was this one. No, it was. But I think there's something fun and mysterious. And you're like, Bobby, you're overselling parking garages. Cool. Take me to your fucking pond that I think sucks. Everyone has a place that they think's cool and sucks. Sorry I like parking garages. Sorry I have weird takes. Sorry I'm fucking different. God damn. But, yeah, and then I got to have a day at the pool. What the fuck am I going to complain about? Like, honestly, if you're listening to this, you're like, you should complain about nothing. I'm like, well, you should see my bank account. My bank's starting to, like, bargain with me. They're like, if you can send some money before 11 p.m., we won't hurt your family. I'm like, I'm trying. They're like, well, you're going to owe us 17 fucking bucks if you don't figure it out. I'm like, all right. Okay, now, ladies. Yeah. Now we're going to break it down in just a few seconds. Now I want to see y'all in your Bobby behavior. That is crazy. He never sleeps. Ow! He's getting cranky. His hormones are off and fucking shit like that. What else? What else is going on? Yeah, we went swimming this weekend. Drove to Philly. Oh, yeah. And then it was like last week, I got into Jersey. And then that night, I think, or maybe, no, it was the next night, my buddies Kevin White and Joe Nunnick, they started running this show at this bookstore called, it's called Word, I think. And it's in Brooklyn. It was their first show that they did. And I saw that my buddy Kevin posted about it. And I was like, dude, I want to just surprise. Dude, that's like, that is where I shine. That's like something I love to do. Because as a comic, I could have messaged my buddies and been like, hey, dude, do you care if I'm in town? Could I do a guest spot? Honestly, and sometimes they'd be like, no. But sometimes they'd be like, with bells and whistles, like, dude, we would love to have you on. So cool you're in town. Here's where we're going before. Blah, 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 blah. But I prefer to surprise. I like the surprise attack. So I got to go to the bookstore Word. And then as God would have it, they said it was at 7, and I got there, and I guess it was pushed back to 8. And so there was no one there, including my friends. And then when you're like, that's your expectations. You had expectations, and I've learned through hearing it. I didn't like figure this out. I'm not smart. I got to fucking hear a TikTok to learn it. But I was like, dude, what's wrong with this moment? Now you have an hour free to do whatever the fuck you want. And I literally like could see the water. So then I just went into like this little fucking between like Brooklyn and Manhattan and that like little, is it a bay? Is it a gully? I consider it a wharf. But I'm there and I just got to watch the sun go down. I got to watch the sun start going down on the city and just sit there and like, I even like got emotional thinking about the fucking Men in Black movie. You know, thinking about like how long I've been wanting to do stand up, and then like this is like now the opportunity that I get to have it. Like whenever he's talking to him and he's like, "Hey, JK, is it worth it?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's worth it. You're strong enough." You know, like they just had that scene. I was like sitting there and I was just like looking out. Fuck, that's gross. I was just looking out and just being grateful. I was just like, dude, this is what you've always wanted to do. So I just got to put in my headphones and listen to music and nearly cry and watch the sun go down. And then go back to the bookstore and go downstairs and be like, hey, what are you guys doing? And all my buddies were so excited to see me. And there was other ones there that I didn't know were going to be on that show. So then we got to hang out, and then we went to a bar afterwards and just hung out. And then like I got to meet their friends. Like I love when I meet a new group of friends. Because sometimes whenever, like, I just showed up and, like, they had people in town, so it's like, you try to entertain everybody, but it's like, dude, let me just hang out with your other friends and we'll meet them, and then you're talking to other people, and, like, it was beautiful, dude. I'm a very, very, very lucky guy. Lucky guy reporting for duty or whatever. God, I love going to New York. But I drove this last time, and New York charges you to fucking go into it and out of it. Like they have a cover charge, like the whole city's a club. Like you drive in and they're like $20 and you're like, no. I'm no. I don't want that. And they're like, no, that's not what we do here. And they're like, no. Can I park my car right here? And I'll be right back. 20 minutes. You lie, though. Oh, yeah, dude. Also, some of my bad luck I had, which is good luck because I got money back, because you have to. But I was sleeping at the hotel, and the fucking, like, maid knocked on the door, and I was like, no, thank you, need sleepy. You know, like the movie Tommy Boy. And they, like, knocked again. I'm like, no, please. Like, started opening the door. They literally were like, open the door. I was like, no, please go away for the love of God. And so they go away. And then I swear the fuck to God, I went back to sleep. And then dude, I sleep naked. I sleep fucking naked. Not all the time, but sometimes, you know? When you want to feel like your dad, when you want to be like, yeah, I'm an animal, you know? When you want to be like, I'm going to sleep naked. I'm going to have my asshole on the sheets of this hotel. I'm going to fucking get sweaty and fucking gross myself out when I wake up naked in this bed. I'm going to have my asshole get all over. Anyway, so that's going to happen. And then they came in and I was like, what are you doing? I already said no. And people are like, Bobby, you should be calm. I'm naked. I like literally got up and like went to the door. I'm like, is this what, did you want this? Like, what's going on? And then they were like, no, we're sorry. And I called up front. I was very calm. I'm like, dude, someone just walked in while I was like fucking naked. I could have been jerking off or whatever. And they were like, we'll take $100 off, which I think is funny now. You're never going to get it all back. It doesn't matter if they see your fucking wiener and sexually assault you. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. $100. Hey, you saw my fucking cock and balls. How much was your stay? $300? A third of that, because you have the third of the size of a penis. They give me the money back based on like the size of my fucking penis. Like, if I would have had a hog, I probably would have fucking owned the hotel. But when life hands you lemons, fucking make sure the maid walks in and almost sees your wiener. Couldn't believe it. And that's happened to me so many times. Last hotel I stayed at, fucking water, damage, all this kind of stuff. Got a little bit of my money back. What's going on? The hotel before that in St. Louis, fucking cut my leg. What's my luck? It sucks. There's glass in my bed. But when that happens, I'm like, hey, guess what? Bobby Jaycox, you get fucking money back. And that feels good, you know? That feels good to know that, you know, we're not alone. We're not alone in this world. You have you, and you can fight for yourself. And you can also try to be on your own podcast. As you don't want to walk back in and just sit at a fucking airport. After you talking about being grateful, and you're like, well, I already had Starbucks, so now I'm jittery at an airport. Trying to figure out how to like not hit my vape inside, just zeroing it out, and then watching other people hide it. And they're like, you can't smoke in here. You're like, they used to let us smoke on the planes. Can we smoke next to the plane? Can we JV smoke on the plane? Because if not, I'm gonna spill my whole fucking coffee. So that's it. That's the pod. Thank you for listening. Keep checking us out. I have merch on sale. It's the Canada sale. Since I'm going to Canada, I'm putting it on sale. So go check my website out. Everything's on sale, BobbyJaycox.com. Come out and see a show. I love you in a way. And you love me all the way. And I'm going to keep the podcast going until this guy walks by, because he is an old guy who looks pretty fucking cool. He's got an all black suit on, and it's fucking, you're in hot Atlanta. This guy's fucking cool. Can you see him yet? He's got cool glasses on. He's got a pants. He's got like a little leisure suit, like on a fucking dressing up for the airport. Dude, what's that guy going to do? Fuck. Get his fucking nut. I'm off the rails. Love you. Kisses. Bye.